You didn't get paid for it. You got
I got
arrested.
arrested.
They took your escrow.
Mm-hmm.
And
They,
wait, what company is this one last time so everybody knows not to use this company?
this is MGR Freight System, and you can look them up. MGR Freight System out of Illinois. They have pretty bad reviews on escrow. If I read those reviews before I worked for them, I wouldn't have been in that position.
All
Ten
this over
thousand.
a $7,000 trailer.
Yes, that
And wait
I've
up,
been.
a quick question. Have you ever even, you seem like such a nice guy, Marlon. Have you ever even been to jail?
That was my first time being arrested. Okay,
I just want to, definitely thank you for being on the show.
no
Um,
problem, man.
and let's get right into this, Marlon. I mean, what's
All right.
going on here? I've heard about, sometimes there's late payments, things like that, or
Uh
whatever
huh.
happens, and you work it out with the company, right?
Yes. Well, what happened is I leased the trailer from them. As a part of a lease and agreement, I have an escrow account. I also have a deposit, trailer deposit. Plus, they have some other fees for logbooks and all of that. So I have an escrow for like 4,300. Plus, they were charging me like $175 every week
Wow.
for the trailer. So it would be like $700 a month. But
Yeah.
then, as a part of an agreement that I had with one of the terminal manager name, I'm not going to say, if you want me to share, I can share to you now. If you don't want to, I can with all that. But we were in communication. We had an agreement to, they're going to send me the trailer because from the beginning, when I got the trailer, I've been having a lot of issues. I have receipts, countless receipts for repairs, for tires, everything from the
Mm.
second week of using their trailer. So they were like, all right, you've spent a lot of money on the trailer. The trailer is old. We're going to sell it to you. So I have text messaging of all of that. All the agreement they were telling me, oh, you can come to the terminal, sign the title, and whenever you're ready, you can come with the difference. They told me the trailer is going to be for like 7,000, and
Hmm.
they were saying that they're going to increase my monthly payment from 700 to 1,200. So they're going to take an additional $500. So they start taking $300 from me every week. Um, in June, I was in an accident, so I was out for a little bit. I was doing rehab, and decided that I'm gonna go independent. So I'm gonna get my authority. And in July I got my authority, but I wasn't driving then. So when I
Real
went back
quick,
on the
real,
road,
real quick, Marlon. I apologize. Just for the viewers, when they watch this, the accident, were you in your semi truck or were
yes,
you in?
I was at work working for them at the time. That I did not get any compensation for either.
Mm-mm.
Um, so I was in the semi and a dually guy hit me and it's happened in Jacksonville. So long story short, I went through rehab and then when I got back on the road now, I told him because I was in communication with the dispatcher. So the dispatcher was fully aware of everything that was happening.
And what did
There,
they say at that point? Were they like, "Don't worry about the payments," or what? What were they saying at that time?
well, they were saying they have the escrow. So they were going to take from the escrow for
That
any
makes sense. That's what
month.
the escrow's for. That's what
Okay.
the escrow's for. Yep.
So they're saying, all right, they're going to take from the escrow. Anyways, when I went back on the road in October, I got pulled over in Gaffney. I was all in
Mm.
a USPS load, and they did an inspection. The trailer came back stolen. So I said, no, it's not stolen. I provided you all the reports, police report, everything.
Right.
So they said it's stolen. So they called him at the terminal. They said, well, they called me and they never get any answer from me. So they reported it stolen and that my lease agreement is expired like a couple weeks before that. But when I was going back recently and my lawyer was going back, they reported the trailer stolen from in July. So we have a
While they were
claim.
still pulling escrow from you.
Yes, and they sent me this year for my 1099 a breakdown of the escrow. So even after I left, even after I got arrested in October, they were pulling money from the escrow for even MVR. They run an MVR in December for
Mm,
me, and I'm not working for them. They
shady.
sent a breakdown of everything. They owe me 42 cents, according to them, from the escrow. They owe me 42 cents, and they put it to my account ending in 6519 on the settlement statement. I provided that to you. I didn't even get my 42 cents that they owed me.
Oh man. So so pretty much they were taking money from your escrow. You thought everything
Mm-hmm.
was still fine,
Mm-hmm.
and then they reported it stolen. And
Mm-hmm.
when you got arrested, I mean, did you have to go to jail?
They arrested me and locked me up that same time. The officer said, well, they said it's stolen. I mean, you have the paperwork here, all legal documents. Um, I don't see how, but according to Summit Police, because they reported this in Illinois, it
Mm.
was reported stolen. So they can't do anything. I just have to get bonded out. I got bonded out $6,000 because it was being in possession of stolen property. Um,
Now,
being
have
in
you
possession of
ever?
so being in possession of stolen property value more than $10,000. So the charge was like the bond was like 10,000, so I had to pay $6,000 to the bonds company.
All
Ten
this over
thousand.
a $7,000 trailer.
Yes, that
And wait
I've
up,
been.
a quick question: have you ever even? You seem like such a nice guy, Marlon. Have you ever even been to jail?
That was my first time being arrested, and I'm telling you, I've come from a tough place back in Jamaica.
And it's the
Very
first
tough.
time you ever
I
been arrested, and
never got arrested.
man, and they treated you like a criminal. How long did you spend in jail for?
2 days, and then when I got out, and the load that was still on the trailer, the
Yeah.
broker agreed with them that they're gonna pay them. Instead of paying me, it was like $2,300, and it was like 200 miles to go from where I got arrested, from Gaffney to Atlanta. They agreed to make that trip, continue it.
So you didn't get paid for it. You got
I got
arrested.
arrested.
They took your escrow.
Mm-hmm.
And
They,
wait, what company is this one last time so everybody knows not to use this company?
this is MGR Freight System, and you can look them up. MGR Freight System out of Illinois. They have pretty bad reviews on escrow. If I read those reviews before I worked for them, I wouldn't have been in that position because,
Yes. So,
you know,
uh, future now. I see you back in the truck. What happened? Do you have a good lawyer? Did they draw up all that,
I,
or
I, they, their thing is, I never answered them. They were calling me, and I have proof that I was even in communication with the dispatcher, and
mm,
that was what my lawyer used. And then their stance was that, well, change the charge. It's not being in possession of stolen property. He stole it, so it should be grand theft. The prosecutor said no, no. So the prosecutor dropped it. They dismiss it. The court, the judge dismissed it because they weren't coming to court with no evidence or proof that I stole their trailer. And then I was told lately, some company out of Florida called me, called Emerge 180, saying that they're trying to help me resolve an issue with MG. I'm like, what issue? A civil suit filed against you, your company. I said, for what? He said, yes, they say you owe them money and you destroyed their trailer. I said, I can't destroy a trailer that they got back in good shape, good condition. They even continued on with the delivery from what happened. And you know what? With all of this, even after they got back their trailer, they made agreement with the broker to do the delivery, and they were trying to extort the broker, saying that they want $5,000 for the delivery. And when the broker asked them why, they're like, well, if we don't get it, we're not going to do it. It's not under our insurance. So they were trying to make a claim against my
man,
insurance. You
this
know,
this is no this is no
they
go.
were trying to make a claim against my insurance. So the lawyer, I got a pretty good lawyer, and they did it very good. And he was on it. He was on it, and I'm telling you, it was from the get go. He told me this is. It shouldn't even been a criminal case. If they're saying that you never brought back their trailer and you had an agreement with them, they should have just filed it. This should have been made more like a civil case,
Right.
you know. But then they said it was stolen, but you were legally in possession of the trailer. You never went there, you never stole the trailer, and they have an escrow. What killed them, what made a big dent in their case was that they sent me the settlement statement with them making withdrawal from the escrow, even up
So,
to January this year. And that's what the
oh
lawyer
man.
used and be like, but look, this is it right here. They had money for him and they're deducting this money for him. They even
And they're so
withdraw
they're
nine
taking
dollar.
your escrow money and they took it as stolen. Why are they doing that? That's did
I
they
don't
think
know.
you weren't gonna pay them? I mean, you were paying them.
Clearly because they have my money. And when I went back and look up the reviews on this company, MGR, a lot of people been having problems with them and their equipment and their money, getting their escrow back.
Mm.
And I'm like, man, if I knew. So I told myself, I'm gonna. My lawyer said he's gonna get, because he's not in that field. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna divulge much on it, but he's getting a team of lawyers to file suit, on my behalf
So
for malicious
overall,
prosecution and damages. I wasn't working from then because they had something on data queue which said that I
mhm,
stole their trailer. Whenever I called brokers trying to book a load, they were like, no man, it's coming back that you had some problems with a stolen trailer from MG. I'm like, what?
so these
So
guys are still
this,
messing your money. So
yes. So it's just recently all of that came off because I called back the DOT officer who did the inspection and everything, the arresting officer, and
mhm.
they told me to go ahead and do it through FMCS and data queue challenge. And that's how I got everything off. And pretty much now I'm back on the road and good to go.
Hey, that's what we like to hear on the show. So
Yeah.
Marlon came on the show today to let you know one thing. Let them know loud, brother, so people can. And
Be
this is
very
from your
careful.
experience.
Be very careful of whatever contract you sign. When you're signing contract, don't be in a rush to sign contract. Read the fine prints because it was even in the contract where I found out that I'm responsible to make all repairs. So while I was telling them, listen, the trailer is breaking down, y'all need to fix it, and they were like, well, fix it. It was in the contract. So I was doing all the repairs, and then they came and be like, all right, we're gonna sell the trailer to you, but they deceived me. They had my money. They increased the monthly payment from 700 monthly to 1200, saying that the extra five is gonna go towards the payment. I mean the trailer sale, and all of this was wrong. They did me wrong. People, look out for these companies. Be wary of these companies because they will wreck your life, and they will put a big dent to your company. Especially as
Mm,
an owner operator,
yeah.
you can't afford to lose out. This is your livelihood. Be very careful of what you sign on to.
No, that's great, Marlon. And the last thing is, have you gotten some of this money back? Are you suing them back for
That's what
the?
we're going. That's what my lawyer will
We'll keep that
divulge
on
on.
wraps for now. We'll keep
Yes.
that on wraps for now.
So,
We'll keep that on wraps for now. But
mhm,
yeah, but definitely, I appreciate you for being on the show,
mhm. Thank
and
you, man.
I'll definitely show all the paperwork that shows that you got
Everything,
arrested and everything. And
everything.
sheesh,
And it was
man,
dismissed. They dismissed. They throw that out. They were like, no, because they weren't even coming to court to. They didn't want to
that's
come to
crazy.
court. I mean, if you have evidence against me, bring it. Bring all your evidence. The lawyer used their word, their payment settlement statement to break down and show them that,
Good.
listen, you were taking money from this man even up to January. Even after the fact, this man got arrested in October and you took money in January. You took money even in December for MVR. Why did you run an MVR report? He's not working for you.
Shady. Shady. And how many people work for this company, brother?
Um, well, I've looked them up. I think they have about between 4 to 500 trucks, but they are not a they're mostly their own operator company. I don't think they have company
I hear
drivers.
you.
I'm not
So
sure,
at
but
the end of the
I
day, this
was
is
leased on.
yeah. At the end of the day, if you look at the reviews, and
Hmm.
this is Marlon's personal review, you can make your decision after all this if you want to work for a company like this.
Yes, they can. I mean, I mean, it's up to them. But remember, thank me later. Remember, I warned you. Read any contract and look up for these people. These people, they are shady people.
Yeah.
Very shady. And if
Well,
you're an owner operator, you don't want to take no loss. You have your family to feed. It's your livelihood. Your business is your livelihood. Take care of your business and keep records. Always keep records. If I never had text messages
great
and
advice.
emails, I wouldn't be here. Or
Great
I would
advice,
be here, but I would have been charged and arrested and maybe I had to pay a fine.
I'm telling
So
you.
keep
You know,
records. Always keep emails and text messages. Keep records.
no, great advice, brother. No, thank you so much for being on the show,
No problem,
and
man.
I'll definitely put this out there, and so that
Hmm.
other people can see it, and anyone else that wants to be on the show to say anything positive or negative or anything about their experience with the company they're working with, go to mothertruckernews@gmail.com, and you could be on the show just like Marlon and express yourself, and hopefully, hey, sometimes it's people's karma, right?
It's true.